Hey everyone, this is Mace1370 here for another 8-4 DGR draft. I think we have a few possible picks in our first pack. Turn and Burn is quite good, so is Ascended Law Mage, as is Beetleform Mage, and Vishino First Blade is also quite nice. I think those are the best cards in the pack. Bronzebeak Moa is also good, but it's not really on par with the other ones. And I don't think you can really go wrong first picking any of these cards. They're all very strong. The question is which one is the best. I think Turn and Burn probably has the highest upside, so I'm going to take that. I could see a strong argument for taking the Beetleform Mage or the Vishino First Blade and just trying to cut that guild in the next pack, but I think Turn and Burn is strong enough that it's worth taking here, so we'll do that. Well, nothing really in this pack is comparable to our previous one. Overall, this is very unexciting. There's really not a lot here that I would be interested in second picking. Even third or fourth picking, I'd be pretty disappointed with this pack. So the best card here might be the Hazda Snare Squad, and it doesn't really go with our Turn and Burn pick. There's a Blood Scrivener, which is fine, but it, again, doesn't really go with Turn and Burn either. Sin Collector's okay. I guess I'm just going to go with the Snare Squad. I think it's probably the best card here overall. Very unexciting, though. Okay, so now we have a Vishino First Blade, which is I think what we're taking here. It's a little unfortunate that we passed one, but you can't cut Boros perfectly. Other cards worth considering, we have an Izzet Guildgate, which would support our Turn and Burn. There's a Melik Izzet Paragon, which is also pretty nice, but I think the First Blade is strong enough here to justify taking it. Okay, so now we have another Hazda Snare Squad or a Punish the Enemy. Both are pretty good picks. Warp Physique is also very nice. I think Punish the Enemy is better than Hazda Snare Squad, so we'll take it here. And at the very least, continue cutting red, looking to be Boros. I would prefer not to pass this Hazda Snare Squad, but we're passing something for a Boros player either way. So I guess we'll just take the better of the two. And I'm reasonably happy with this pack so far. Now we get a Boros Mastiff, so this is going well. We are passing a Nivix Cyclops and a Maw of the Obzidot, Obzidot being a much stronger card. So we've passed a couple Orzhov cards. Hopefully they go in that direction and stay out of our Boros. Interesting. This is a very late Beetleform Mage and Thrashing Moss Dog. I don't really know which card to take out of this pack. It's a little difficult because we've gotten a fairly decent red-white signal so far, and now there's really not much red-white in this pack. Maze Rusher and Sunspire Griffin are not really cards I'm super interested in taking, but I guess we might have to take one of them. And between them, Maze Rusher, I guess, is probably better. There's a Scab Clan Giant, too. So it's possible that this pack was just overloaded with good green-blue cards. But yeah, I don't really like that pack. Okay, here's another pretty unexciting pack. There's nothing here for anyone, really. I mean, I guess I just take Boros Cluestone, but it's fairly unexciting. So we'll do that. And again, not much. I guess I'm taking Gleam of Battle. I could take Wear and Tear. It is a decent sideboard card. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Gleam of Battle, it's okay. It's just not that exciting. And I think we might have opened one that might wheel. I don't remember. I seem to remember seeing one of these earlier. I don't want Maze Sentinel. It's just not that exciting. Wear and Tear is a decent sideboard card, though, so we'll take it. Okay, Weapon Surge Wheeling is nice. The Vishino First Blade is not here, which is not a big surprise. The fact that Cerulean Gatekeeper is still here might be a signal that green is open. This was the terrible pack. Not much. We'll just take a white card so someone else doesn't get it. Yeah, and here's the other Gleam of Battle that I saw. So I knew there was another one. I just couldn't remember what pack it was in. I think this is probably worth taking over Clearapath. Clearapath is fine, I guess, but Gleam of Battle I could see maybe running. Here we'll just take a white card for signaling purposes. And I guess a red card for the same reason. Go ahead and hide these stinkers. So overall, our first 5 picks or so were pretty reasonable, and getting the Weapon Surge on the wheel was pretty nice. I'm a big fan of that card. I would have preferred a Izzet Cluestone or an Izzet Guildgate or something to help support Turn and Burn, because I would like to be able to play the turn part of it. Wear and Tear is a nice sideboard card, so happy enough to pick that up. Overall, looks pretty solid so far. I don't think we're going to run Gleam of Battle main deck. Yeah, I mean, it's maybe fine. We'll see. We'll counterdraft a Marine Phantasm. Okay, so hopefully we get some Boros in pack 2. I think we cut it reasonably well. The person downstream from us saw access to a Vishino First Blade and a... what was the other card? We took the Punish the Enemy, so they saw that it has the Snare Squad as well. Alright, so here we have a Daring Skyjack and a Madcap skills we can take, and there's a Stomping Ground in the pack, though. So I think I just have to take the Stomping Ground for ticket purposes. Except, you know, a couple tickets, which is nice. If this wasn't here, I would either take the Madcap or the Daring Skyjack. Probably the Daring Skyjack, just because it's quite solid. And then again, we have like 4 creatures so far, so maybe I can't really be greedy at this point. I just have to take the Daring Skyjack just to get my creature count up. Alright, I'm not going to be greedy. I'll just take it. Okay, so let's see. They did not take a uncommon or a rare, so they either took a foil or a common. Most likely they took a common, so the fact that Wojak Halberdier is here is a good enough sign that the person right next to us is not in Boros. Happy to see that. I would be pretty thrilled if any of these cards wheeled. Not really expecting either of these two. The Veteran might, just because he's not that great. But we don't have a 4-drop yet, so I think he would be reasonable to take if he does wheel. Okay, I like what I'm seeing so far. There's another Daring Skyjack and there's a Martial Glory. Martial Glory is good, but Daring Skyjack is better, so we will take him. Alright, no Sky Knight Legionnaires yet. That's one of the ones I was hoping to see. I think now we can take a Martial Glory. Bomber Corps is fine, but he's not that amazing. Hopefully we can get better creatures, and Martial Glory is pretty awesome, so I'll take that. Ember Beast I'm happy enough taking. I think it's a very good man, and it's a creature, which is nice. We need more of those. Alright, I guess we're taking a Boros Charm. I was hoping for more creatures this pack. We only have 8 right now, so we need to pick up quite a few more. Millennial Gargoyle is unexciting, but fine. We don't have any 4-drops, and it has evasion, so it helps turn on Battalion. It's a card that I've kind of grown to respect a lot more. It's basically just a very generic card that you can throw in a lot of decks. It's one of those, you know, better 23rd cards, I think. Never excited to run it, but it's definitely better than some of the bad cards that can end up in your deck as the final card. Alright, so now we have our choice of 5-drops between Towering Thunderfist and Nav Squad Commandos. I guess probably Nav Squad Commandos is better. Okay, so it looks like none of the cards we really wanted wheeled. I guess we'll just take Scorchwalker. It's better than another 5-drop. And we'll probably get another 5-drop on the wheel. Oh, never mind, this was the pack. Alright, so happy enough to get the Veteran here. I think he will probably end up making the cut. Interesting, so the Martial Glory wheeled, so did the Towering Thunderfist. At this point, I think we just take the Martial Glory. We already have 1 5-drop, and I don't really want to run too many more. And getting a second Martial Glory is kind of sweet. I guess we do have a lot of tricks. And now I need to prioritize creatures quite a bit in the next pack. But we're at 12, so we should be able to pick up like 3 to 4 more solid creatures and get there. Towering Thunderfist is just not a card I'm excited to run. Alright, well that's a Rakdos Lord of Riots. There's also a Sky Knight Legionnaire. I don't know if we're going to be running blue or not. We have like no fixers at this point. We could pick up an Azorius Guildgater 2 in this pack, but it seems kind of loose to take the Sky Knight Legionnaire here. Our choice is between Frostborn Weird and Keening Apparition. We already have a Wear and Tear, so I don't think we need to prioritize this super highly, although it is a good card. I think I'm taking the Frostborn Weird. It's pretty solid. We have a decent amount of red so far, so the double red is not too prohibitive. Okay, well, there's a Tristani's Judgment and an Ethereal Armor in the pack. Frostborn Weird, though, is very good, so, oh, that's a pack rat. I almost skipped over it. Huh. Yeah, is there any reason not to take this here? I mean, we don't really have a deck to support this, but pack rat is so dumb. think we have to take it. I don't know who passes this, but that's pretty silly. I'm going to take the pack rat. Maybe we get a Rakdos Guildgate or two and can cram it in. Okay, Batterhorn I think is decent enough here to take. We're not going to play enough black to make ultimate price worth it, and Concordia Pegasus is just not the type of card I'm looking to play. So we'll take a Batterhorn. He is good enough. These packs have been pretty weak. We still haven't seen any potential fixing for a pack rat, which is unfortunate. We could take a Vashina Racketeer or a Pursuit of Flight. I think we have enough tricks and stuff that taking either the Racketeer maybe or the Selesnya Sentry is worth it. Vashina Racketeer is just so bad. I'll take the Selesnya Sentry. Not that he's good either. Alright, more bad cards. I think fortunately these packs are pretty terrible for everyone. I could take an Electrickery for the sideboard. Yeah, I guess Concordia Pegasus it is. Okay, well here's an Izzet Guildgate. I guess we can take that at least to support the turn portion. Yeah, I don't think we have room for Pursuit of Flight in this deck. We just have too many tricks already. Alright, well we got pretty cut pack 3 unfortunately. And I think maybe not much of white or red monocolored cards were opened. I guess we could take an Izzet Charm and maybe play it. Is that or like Hussar Patrol? Okay, is Civic Saber any good in our deck? We do have a Frostborn Weird, this guy, Veteran. Not really. I'll take the Vashina Racketeer. Ooh, Kenyan Apparition Wheeling is a blessing. So the question becomes now, do we run the pack rat? I think it's almost has to be a yes. We can just put 2 swamps in. We'll take a look at what our deck looks like. We have a pretty aggressive deck, so splashing is certainly awkward, but pack rat can just win games all by itself. Alright, so we have access to Sundering Growth or Ethereal Armor. I think we have enough sideboard enchantment stuff, and then with Kenyan Apparition as well, that we can just take the Ethereal Armor, even though we probably won't run it. And here, Chorus of Might is, I think, the most playable card, so we'll take that. And Train Caracal, and Axebane Stag. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe taking the pack rat was a little greedy. I was hoping to get like 1 Rakdos Guildgate or something just to be able to support it. There was no such luck, though. I'm kind of curious what the person took over it. I didn't look at the pack closely to see if it was an uncommon or a common missing or potentially a foil. But there's not a lot I would take over pack rat. Maybe a money card. Okay, so let's see. Play that. This. Probably playing these stinkers. I was surprised at the Kenyan Apparition Wheel. I was not expecting that to happen. Okay, so this is 16 creatures, which I think is probably the minimum we want. I don't really want to play this Boros Cluestone. Oh yeah, we have Frostborn Weird too. So this is 23. So if we ran the pack rat, we would probably take a trick out. Probably a Weapon Surge. The problem is that our deck would just lose a lot of consistency by doing this, because we would have to run 2 swamps, and we're running a decent number of red and white cards. By color. Yeah, I mean, we have a pretty even split. So if we ran the pack rat, we'd almost have to run the Boros Cluestone just to compensate. Yeah. Maybe against a deck that we are not suited well against. I mean, I'd like to take out the Vashina Racketeer and put it in, because this guy is just a complete stinker. So this would be the creature I would take out, and then I put the pack rat in. and then maybe take out a trick for the Boros Cluestone. Maybe that's better. Because what tricks do we have? We have 2 Martial Glories, and we have a Boros Charm, which is pretty good. And then we have a decent removal with Turn and Burn and Punish the enemy. Gleam of Battle, I guess, is something we could also consider, but I'm not really excited about doing that. And doing this, we'd have to run probably just 2 swamps. So we did this, suggest, no, we're not running 2 islands. We'd probably do color. I think this is just too greedy. I just don't, I mean, our deck is too aggressive to support this, so I'm going to take it out. Put this, take this guy out and put in the Racketeer. I think we might side into Pack Rat in the right matchup. Yeah, it was really unfortunate. I was really hoping for a Rakdos Guild Gator too, and I think we could have got there with the Rat. So let's add lands. No, this is just wrong. We'll do that. Okay, on to game 1.